Howdy, folks. What's going on? We are live again tonight. How's everybody doing out there? Right, so far, I got Gunpowder with me. I'm sure there'll be others stopping by as we get going. Scott, how you doing? We have Too Hottie, we have Tardot, and we have Phoenix. Yes, I'm late to my own show. How you doing, Gary? Gary, go over to the Gun Channel side. You know your link's there. Unless, of course, you're on your phone, in which case I'll have to do it the hard way, which is not a problem. So, Gunpowder, how are you?
I am doing pretty good. I am out in my garage hoping that my dog does not wake up my kids.
If you would like, you could send your husband a link.
Took me a while. I was looking over in gun channels. I didn't realize the gun channels assigned me out. I had to sign back in first.
Yeah, it does that about once every month. It's a pain in the arse.
In the arse.
I have picked up 2 new subscribers tonight. Ibomi, which is damn cool, and Ohio 45 ACP. Thank you, buddy. So, and we have the Black Cat and the Gizzard Gary in here. So now the party is officially started.
Hell yeah.
What's up, mofos?
What's up?
Not a thing, brother man. Not a thing.
I'm gonna give you a fair warning. I'm awful tired, so I'm a little goofy tonight. And I was just in 2 chats in a row where I couldn't swear, so I got a lot of fuck saved up that I don't go. Okay.
Yeah. I've got to send Hottie a link. He's going to start crying. So let's.
Well, that's bullshit. Being in a chat you can't cuss in.
Fucking ain't right, Gary.
No, what the hell? God damn it.
You foul mouth individuals, you.
Gary.
You are a bunch of foul mouth individuals. You really are.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what happened to the foul territory chats, Gary? I've been looking forward to those, and you haven't been hosting them.
Hey, I host them all the time.
I haven't done any in 2 or 3 weeks. Hatfield pretty much took over the foul territory, I think.
Yeah, well, you know, anytime you want to take over, Gary, all you got to do is say something. I don't have to start one up. You can do it.
I don't remember how.
Liar.
He would rather your channel get the strikes for the bullshit we say on here, I think.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Hey,
look who's in the
hey,
chat.
guess what?
Look who's in
Guess what? Fuck you, Tardot.
I see the asshole. Hold on a minute. I got to send him a link.
The chef is in the house.
Don't call it.
Oh.
Don't call
We got
it.
the Mohawk boy? Holy
We
shit.
got everybody's favorite waffle cook out there.
Those ain't Nerf guns. Those are weight eaters. Yeah.
Would you people leave my vectors alone? The Chris vector shall not be infringed. Damn it.
Hey, it infringes on itself when it jams up.
Bunch of idiots in here already. And Bob ain't even here and it's getting bad. God.
Hey,
No,
hey,
Bob's
that
the
is
biggest
not
social dilemma.
nice.
We don't need no stinking Bob to raise hell.
No, he just makes it easy. He's the one that will take us down rabbit holes on top of rabbit holes and that we really don't want to go down. Hey, Travis, how are you?
Bob can turn a rabbit hole into a glory hole. I mean, that's saying something right there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like jumping head first into the rabbit hole there. Let me tell you now.
What the fuck are
He's
you
alive!
The
He's
fuck are you knob
alive!
gobblers doing up so late?
It is a miracle. Not only is it alive, but it speaks.
What the fuck are you knob gobblers doing up so late?
Hey,
Waiting on you.
Tardot was not supposed to tell anybody my other job.
At least you're doing something right.
All right, you just get back, and now I'm already sick of you. It's time for you to disappear again.
It happens.
You
You
have
sound
to
like my
understand.
wife.
Midnight is just jealous of you, Gunpowder. It's jealousy.
It's because I got 1911 in it.
Yeah.
Well, I think you
That's
got
all right.
1911, don't you? Midnight.
Nah, the wife has the baby 1911. 938. That's a 1911 pattern. I don't have a 1911. I've
Well,
been buying long guns.
everybody
I've
needs
been
at
buying
least
Guns are bad, okay?
everybody
Mhm.
needs at least one 1911 in their collection of some
Yeah.
make or model. I mean,
Midnight Range TM breathes. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm
Alive
getting
and
here?
breathing, yeah.
Back from
Holy hell!
Back from the fucking dead, right?
Good to hear, man. Good to hear.
It's been a rough week.
yeah, I was seriously worried about you, man.
How's little man doing?
He's doing pretty good. Yeah, we were all in the hospital. Well, we were all in the hospital. He was admitted for I think 3 days.
Oh, poor baby.
It looks like and I was the same way when I was a kid. It seems like maybe he has some asthma or something. Like when he gets a cold, it seems to be going right to his chest. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So the last 2 times he got sick, he was having
real
trouble.
sick.
Yeah, he was having trouble breathing and stuff. So this time he ended up getting admitted. So we were there for 4 days this time. So yeah, and then work's been a fucking nightmare because I was off for a couple days and we were busy, and that's been just I don't know. It's life's been rough the last week.
Well, and I'll tell you this much: it doesn't take asthma to do that. I've had that problem before, where I get a cold or something, it'll get straight down to my chest, and suddenly I got like bronchitis or something going on.
It's probably the jizz. You should probably lay off the semen.
Well,
I need to stop swallowing. I know.
Hey,
Yeah.
Midnight.
Yeah.
That was going to be my question, but I was asking about your son, so
How come you never get?
I'm not going to follow. I'm not going to ask my question after what you had just said because I'm not going to disrespect your son with the comment you had just made. So I will ask that in a little while if it comes back up. All right.
No, he's doing better. He's he's doing his little puffer and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, he was up bouncing around today or yesterday pretty good. So yeah, it sucks. You know,
yeah.
but hopefully he'll grow out of it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a lot of kids are like that. So
No, dude, it's crazy that I was going to ask a fucking serious fucking question about health and humanity and you have to.
ooh, you don't want to be doing that around me.
And you have to say something to somebody else in this chat about the reason they have it is because of sucking on so much jizz. And I'm just like, I can't follow that up with the question about Travis's fucking child because that just wouldn't be right, would it?
Nope.
That's the whole reason he did it. He's trying to avoid questions.
Yeah,
Let's just hope that the little guy does not grow up to be like his father. He'll be okay,
shit, man. I swear to God.
Can we all cross our fingers right now?
I hope he does not.
Just cross our fingers and do our blessings or whatever the hell we all do, and
if there's
knock
anything,
on whatever wood we have near us and all that good stuff.
If there's anything that y'all can pray for, it's that he grows up better than me. We all want our kids to grow up better than us, and I sure as hell I made some stupid ass decisions, man.
That little guy's still. My bad, Outlaw. This is your chat. But that little guy's still gonna make some bad decisions, but it's just you're gonna have to be there to support him. So
Yeah. If he ever shows up with a black eye, it's because he came home and said he wants to be a chef.
Well, no. Come on now. If he becomes a chef, he'll be doing one up on you.
That's right.
I hope his aspirations reaches higher than owner of a roach coach. I mean,
I tell you what. I heard, maybe he'll be able to do 2 waffles at once. You know what I mean?
We are talking
Without
about
problem?
actual food, right? I never know with you.
Yes, we're talking about actual food this time.
Okay.
I thought we were talking about fucking children. Now you guys say you're talking about food. I don't know.
Children, food. What's the difference?
Listen, with Midnight, you don't know.
Children are
That's why I wanted to clarify.
Didn't you ever read Hansel and Gretel? Kids are fucking delicious.
Exactly.
People say all the time they just want to eat them up.
That's right. There's those nursery rhymes are all cookbooks in disguise. That's all they are.
Speaking of, I got 2 minutes before I got to go take a tray of fucking beans out of the oven. And
that sounds like code too.
No, that's my weekly tray of beans.
Okay, my question is what kind of beans?
Weekly tray of beans. Hey, your mom called. She wants her weekly tray of beans. Wink, wink.
No, dude, I do a weekly fucking batch of refried beans and cheese and fucking onions and peppers and all that shit. So
why don't you get a video of that shit up? Let's see how that's done.
I think you could probably show me a better way of doing it, but if you want to learn from a novice, then maybe
there's nothing wrong with that. Some of the best cooks on the planet that aren't professionals. Ask around, man.
I have a question for you guys. Now,
Travis. Sorry, Outlaw. Once again, I just got to finish up with
Outlaw. It'll clear up with a little bit of ointment. I'll answer
Travis.
Travis,
you just got to give me an extra 5 minutes for chopping up or dicing up my onions and dicing up my peppers to my liking. So
no problem. Hey,
all right, Outlaw.
Okay.
I apologize.
All right, Outlaw. I guess you can talk now. Fucking
yeah. Thank you, guys. Dude, get a word edge in on my own damn chat.
I mean, if you have to, go ahead.
If you wanted to talk, you probably should have opened up your own show.
Yes.
I guess the floor might be yours, Outlaw.
Thank you, guys.
If you wanted to talk, you should open up your own goddamn show.
Yes,
it is your show. I guess you can talk.
Yes.
I mean, go ahead. I mean, seriously.
Well, if you're gonna say something now, it better fucking be profound. That's all I have to say.
Okay, profound.
Profound or profane?
Pinto beans with onions and cornbread.
Oh,
is one of the greatest foods of all time.
Horse shit.
Suck my butt.
Horse shit.
That's all I have to say.
Pinto beans. They're not even beans.
What the fuck is pinto beans? Give me a fucking break.
Hey, you don't like pinto beans and cornbread. There's just something wrong with you.
I'm not talking pinto beans and cornbread. We were talking about refried fucking beans.
You said beans.
A pinto bean is one of those things that people have eaten for centuries because they didn't have anything else to eat.
Well, see, I say the exact same thing about macaroni and cheese.
Oh, shut up. Are you crazy?
Pinto beans. That's the little.
There's a lot of things that I will tolerate, but that is not going to be one of them. You start hating on the macaroni and cheese, and that's a throat punch right there, sir.
You can't hate on macaroni and cheese, dude.
I do not like macaroni and cheese. I can't stand this shit.
You know what? There's something fucking wrong with you. There is something wrong with you,
especially if you're from the fucking South. You're in NASCAR country. Fucking that is the staple a NASCAR fucking race, and fucking NASCAR cuisine is fucking macaroni and cheese. God damn it!
Macaroni
And the
and cheese.
Texas State Fair
That's
made
right.
it so good that it's fucking deep fried, okay? So don't fucking
and
hate on the
that's part of the
macaroni and
problem.
cheese.
Too hotty. I don't eat grits either, by the way.
Okay, I don't eat grits. That's fine.
I'm not a fan of grits. I've tried them, but I won't say that I eat the shit out of them or anything like that. But
it's weird. I see people at the diner all the time. They'll come in, they'll order this fried macaroni, and I'm sitting there thinking,
Yeah, they're closed.
what? Why the hell would you order macaroni and cheese at a restaurant? That's one of the things. The only time you eat it is when there's
I've had
absolutely
the
nothing else
best.
to eat.
No. A high caliber, high class fucking restaurant in downtown Seattle has the best fucking oven baked. The hell are you even fucking talking about?
If you were in front of me right now, I would high five your face, Hatfield. You cannot be knocking.
Has the best oven baked macaroni and cheese with a nice crusty top. Oh my god. That's why you order it at a restaurant, because you don't do that shit at home unless you know what the hell you're doing. And
most people don't.
And I don't. I mean, maybe one of us in this chat does, but I'd be willing to bet that that's about it.
What are we talking about? Grits now? Wait, I missed that. Are we talking about grits?
No, we're talking about macaroni and cheese.
No, we're talking about like a nice fucking oven baked macaroni and cheese with a nice crispy top that you take it out of the fucking oven and it's nice and crispy. I'll tell you on top. But it's still cheesy, and it's still stringy and still, oh my fucking goodness.
My favorite thing to put on the top of mac and cheese is panko bread.
Yes.
Tossed in butter.
Yes, which is
so it gets real light and fluffy.
Does it? Which is why it has a crispy top to begin with.
It's not hard. It's like real light and fluffy. That's because it's the butter browns it without drying it out. Yeah, it's awesome. That's the way I always try and do it when I do it.
That's nasty, dude. This is nasty.
Shut your dirty fucking mouth. If you keep hating on mac and cheese, I am going to high five your fucking face.
You go right ahead.
You know what? I will totally drive to your house and high five your face and then throat punch you. Macaroni and cheese is delicious.
Had a friend who proposed to his wife at this nice restaurant downtown, and one of their main things, I forget if it was an appetizer or if it was an add-on to your entree or what, but it was their baked mac and cheese, and that was one of the freaking best mac and cheeses I've ever had in my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
You people are just insane. That's all I can say about you.
Whoa! You people.
Yes, you people.
I heard him.
Don't trigger me.
I heard him say it. I heard him say you people.
That's what I said. You people.
Hipster.
How about I say y'all? Is that better? Y'all
is perfectly fine. You people triggers me.
I'm sorry if all you know when it comes to mac and cheese is Kraft, but no, it goes. It's a little better than that. It can get better than Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah,
well, I'm really about to lay a bombshell on you.
Homemade.
Period.
I don't even know who you are.
Can handle is lasagna. That's it. I can eat lasagna. I'm not a big fan of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of macaroni.
We went for 3 hours and something minutes. Oh. You know what? Fuck you, Tardot. Fuck you, Tardot.
Wow. What did Tardot do?
He started shit. What's new?
Tardot never start shit. What are you talking about?
All right,
hipster.
Listen.
Hipster. What about stuffed shells? You know anything about stuffed shells?
Nope.
Oh,
it's just like lasagna wrapped up.
Taco meat in the big, huge shells, and then you put a thick layer of shredded cheese, and then you top it with like some lettuce and tomatoes. It's delicious. You could cut out the lettuce and tomatoes. Just stuff it full of the taco meat and then cheese, and it's delicious by itself.
She's talking dirty to me.
The hell kind of
we could do some tacos.
pasta is that?
Tacos. We can do tacos.
No. And when I say stuffed shells, it's completely different. It's the same meat that you would put in a lasagna.
Yeah, you're talking about like manicotti or something.
Yeah. Yes, and no.
That's a whole lot of really excited yeses. Are you okay over there too, Hottie?
All I said is yes and no.
He's got wood thinking about pasta.
He's over there heating his beans up.
No, I just pulled the beans out the oven and I'm letting them sit before I put them in their bowl to sit for the night.
He got excited and pulled out his beans.
Yep.
Frank and beans. Beans and Frank.
Let's see. Who do I have out in the lobby here? Roll calls out there. Fine Ape's out there. How you doing, Fine Ape?
Give that man a link. Give Fine Ape a link. Tell him to jump in.
I'll just do what I always do. I'll put the damn link out in the lobby, and whoever wants to jump in, jump in. First come, first served.
Have Alan in here before you know it.
Hatfield really hates his own chat.
He must.
No, I don't hate it. It's just I don't give a damn.
He's just trying to push YouTube to close him down.
He acts like he gives.
I look at it like this. I like my audience to be involved. So I'm very big on audience participation. So I just post a link out in the chat, and it's first come, first serve. Whoever wants to come in, there's the link.
Good night, roll call.
Good night, buddy.
I'm just here because I'm carrying over from the last chat. That's why I'm here.
Oh, I thought it was nice. You liked the company.
It was very nice of you to stick around there, Hatfield, to tell me where y'all were going. But don't worry, I figured it out.
Well, you're an intelligent individual. I figured you'd catch on quickly.
Oh, thanks for assuming my intelligence.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you assumed it at the highest level.
Well, always.
I appreciate
that.
That's
something we need in here is intelligent individuals.
Well, you obviously have one right here. So.
Good luck.
What the hell?
Because the hipster? Yeah, he's not one of them.
Hipster ketchup. That's sriracha.
I know 1 + 1 is 2. Damn it.
That does not qualify as intelligence, my friend.
Let's just keep it at this. We all know how to operate cameras, just different levels of operation.
Yeah.
And the only reason he knows 2 is because that's how many forks are in his family tree.
The only camera the hipster knows how to operate is the one attached to his phone. What are you talking about?
Midnight. That 2 is how many big toes are on his left foot. That's what happens when your family tree has no foot.
Well, see, I was going to say that. Sometimes we wish Hatfield didn't know how to operate a camera, but
Oh, okay.
See, this is what I get for letting these kids loose.
I'm just saying there's a difference between knowing how to operate a camera and knowing how to operate.
That's better.
Oh, you just started it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
Oh, you muted me, you fucking piece of shit?
So, Hottie, how long did it take you to notice there for a second?
Good 10 seconds.
I just quit stirring the beans and I heard someone say, "Oh, that's what it's going to take to start this." And I had said something and I heard no response. So I figured asshole muted me, which...
Would I do a thing like that to you? Come on now.
Fuck yes.
Now, going back to the subject of your channel, Hatfield, you do realize you have the most bipolar fucking channel on YouTube, right?
Why do you say that?
One day you're doing an interview and you're trying to be all professional, which is amusing in of itself, but then every other night you've got a bunch of people that are going to sit here and harass you and talk about, if we get Bob, we're talking about fucking sheep, and if you talk to I don't know.
Bob,
Allen B.
you're
Pro.
talking
It's
about
just a bunch of other shit.
cutting off parts and feeding them to his dog, and Bob in itself has a lot of weird conversations.
I think Bob has a lot of weird conversations with Bob.
Probably.
Hipster, I'm just going to say one thing. If you want me to never join your chat again, just do that again.
Okay.
Don't tempt him, because he'll do it just because you said to do it. He's a little weird like that.
I am not. I'm not weird
Yes.
at all. I am not.
Dude, this is like a safe space. You don't have to lie to kick it, okay?
And I am not weird like that. So if I said what I just said, and if he does it, I will never fucking join his chat again. So that's all I'm fucking saying. I've had enough. I've dealt with enough of this bullshit in regular gun channels lobbies with the regular fucking KKK club that you guys probably don't know anything about, but whatever.
No, I don't know anything about anything like that.
I don't, but
Luckily,
I don't know how to work on gun channels.
I'm missing some of those chats.
Apparently, I've missed a few of them.
You guys have you have missed a few of them, obviously, which is why I no longer hang out in those chats. And all I'm saying is, if you don't want me to hang out in this one, do what you just did again, and I won't be back.
Anyway,
so about those waffles.
I'm hungry. Midnight.
He went to make our fucking waffles. That's what he did. At least he better be.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I think he went to make Matt's mac and cheese.
Damn it, now I'm really hungry.
Why are you hungry? You got Tard out there. Tell him to cook for you.
I was just about to take it another direction before you said that.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said cook for you, because my brain almost went completely left way. Yeah, but anyway, I have an
pretty
uncle
sure we know which way
asleep
your
on the
brain was
couch.
going.
So
Yeah,
I can't really make a lot of noise in the kitchen.
Wait a minute. Never mind. I don't even know what you two do in the kitchen.
I said I have an uncle asleep on the couch, so I can't make a lot of noise in the kitchen.
Oh, I've never told y'all about the prank we were going to pull on my brother when I lived with him. We were he went out on vacation one time, and speaking of stuff in the kitchen you shouldn't be doing, we told him that if he comes back, don't be surprised when we stick a bunch of Post-it notes all over the house telling him where we've done it. Including his bed, the kitchen counter, the stove. We were going to be really goofy, put it on the ceiling fan, all that.
No, we were going to make some of that glow-in-the-dark stuff, so that way when he turned his lights out, it would be splattered all over the place.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Tardok, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Okay, so your usual logo is green with the tar dot inside the cylinder. Did you save the red for after dark, or I mean, what's the deal there?
Is it showing up red now or not? Because I don't know. I used to have the red, and then I got rid of it just because the contrast seemed really bad. It really didn't show up as well, and I did the green. Yeah,
the green is much better, but it's showing up red for me for whatever reason.
I don't know. It does that every once in a while
for me.
Everybody gets all kinds of different logos. Apparently, is what happens.
All right.
Apparently, Hangout sucks.
Dude, I wasn't sure if you had green for daytime and red for nighttime chats or what, but
Tardot's channel is bipolar. It can't figure out what color it wants to be.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. I can turn put the red one on for the red light district nights. Yeah, when we're getting into some of these conversations.
You have to have Google actually do what you wanted it to do and show the proper image, so which is a problem.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people have had that problem. Occasionally I've seen people's logos go back to old, but sadly we get Outlaws Chris vectors pretty clearly.
No, I don't. I
really?
I still see his 1911s.
I see the Deagles.
Or Deagles.
Or they look like Deagles.
Whatever the hell they are that me and Ghost put together for him.
Okay, so you don't say the Chris Vectors when I speak?
Nope.
No, I do, but yeah, it shows up for mine. But
I mean, don't get me wrong, logo's awesome, but you really need to pick another gun.
Hey,
you're on mobile, it doesn't show up for a few
better
days.
customer service.
Well, that kind of brings up the question, since we're all seeing different logos, which gun are you talking about? Are you talking about the Deagles, or are you talking about the Vector, or what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Vector.
Vectors.
All right.
Deagle I have no problem with. I actually want one.
Well,
you and me both, baby.
Am I forcing my vectors upon you?
Yes, because I can't take it off my screen.
Well, I'm sorry that
you're forcing yourself on me, and I do not like it.
Whatever, don't lie to him.
I'm gonna start running around screaming rape.
The
Vectors
aren't too bad. They're just
they're not bad, but in my eyes they're ugly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They shoot good, they function, and they do what they're supposed to do. But are they ugly as fucking?
I think that's why
Are they as ugly as the hipsters' fucking butthole? Yes, they probably are.
Oh, great.
Are they ugly as fucking?
Leader, huh?
Now I like that icon.
That is cool. That is actually cool.
Matt would be freaking jealous.
Yes,
I don't even know what Sean that is.
It's a Sean. There's so many running around these days.
That's not Ponnery.
No, that's not Ponnery. I don't know who that is.
No,
Sean, how are you?
Right. It's the one I just sent a link to. Look at the text chat, Hatfield.
Oh, okay. I have one of those. I forgot about that. Let's see.
Phoenix.
It's Phoenix.
It's Phoenix.
Phoenix. Oh, okay.
And that's not to be confused with Blue Phoenix, but that's just Phoenix.
Yeah, that's just Phoenix.
Hey, we got both my winners in here. Wow.
The other Phoenix.
Oh yeah, I won one of your things tonight too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I got to get that stuff sent off Monday. It would probably be Tuesday morning.
Do you have any patches?
It's probably going to be Monday since I've got to go to the DMV.
Other Phoenix.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. We're I've looked at getting some patches. I'm trying to find somewhere to get them kind of quality but cheap. Most of them I look at, they're pretty damn expensive.
Hey,
at least for getting any custom ones.
Hey, Tardite.
Talk to Owl and Anchor. I mean, from what I hear, she's probably the best person around in order. I mean, when it comes to prices and when it comes to actually working with you on your design. But I'm not. All I'm going to say is, if you do get around to getting patches, you got my contact information. So shoot me an email, let me know, and I'll buy one.
Oh yeah, once I get patches, that's going to be the next thing after these magnets. Is probably getting some patches. The magnets were kind of our answer to the question of people getting stickers and stuff, and they didn't like the stickers because a lot of people were sticking them on their safe or whatever and couldn't reuse them. So I was like, well, hell, I'm going to do magnets.
It's a one-time thing, yeah.
I'm thinking about doing stickers. I want to get some stickers out there.
Yeah, I actually prefer stickers. I really don't have anything to put patches on.
Buy Velcro.
Well, it's awesome that you say that, because we're about to start making those patch boards.
Get your ass.
I'm about to make a patch panel myself, or I'm just gonna say fuck it and bring the whole box that I have in my house outside into my truck and throw them all up on the headboard of my truck.
See, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
But then I'd be copying Smeggy, so I really don't want to do that. So I don't know. But it'd be cool if when I'm stuck in fucking bullshit Seattle traffic, to be able to look up and daydream into cool designs and cool patches. So I don't know. I may still do it.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the Slim Cowboy in here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How y'all doing?
Not bad, not bad.
Pretty
Hanging
good.
in.
Hey,
But yeah,
Sean,
the patch panels I've been thinking about, we're gonna actually get some cork board, and I'm gonna try to do some because we got tons of saws and equipment to use, and I'm thinking about making some different designs.
Hatch panels aren't hard. The only thing is, it's a matter of being able to get the correct side of the Velcro in a big enough piece that you're able to either stretch it around the canvas or do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of why the ones I'm going to do, I mean, they're going to be kind of little designs, but we're going to do it to where it's just the Velcro's on one side of it, and it's not going to really stretch around it. We're probably going to have to attach it to the panel in some other way. See how we can do it. Staple gun or something.
See, I've looked in my area to try to find just a yard, 1 yard by 1 yard, just a yard square of it would be the female side of Velcro, right?
Yeah, the loop side.
Craft felt to work just fine.
So I'd have trouble finding it other than online, and it's ridiculously priced whenever I find it online, and you have to buy it in such you have to buy it in such big quantities that it's not quite worth it.
If you can find a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's, if you go over to the fabric section.
Okay, in response to that, I've tried Michael's in my area, and all they have is the little. They do have the 2.5 inch by. They have the 2.5 inch rolls that are 50 feet long. So if you were going to do a square yard, you'd have to cut that thing and then overlap it and overlap it and overlap it and overlap it. And
yeah, it's going to be it'd be a big waste.
Yeah, it would be 25 pieces of individual Velcro, and I know somebody out there makes it just like they make carpet. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Have you tried like a Joann's Fabrics or something like that, where it's just literally every fabric you can think of?
See, it's crazy. I have Joann's near me too, and I've tried them too, and they just kind of laugh when they've kind of laughed when I've asked them.
Do you have AC Moore?
Heard it 200 times, and pardon me.
Do you have AC Moores? They might have it.
AC Moores.
Yeah, they're like another craft store.
No, that's not. AC Moore is not something that's local to me. I've never heard of it. Hobby Lobby, I've heard of it, but I've never seen one personally.
Well, I've got one right down the road. I can go check and see if I can find you something if you're looking for something specific.
Yeah, my only concern with that even at Hobby Lobby or any of those craft stores, I'm sure the stuff will still be expensive just because it seems like it's so rare to find it as a actual by the yard.
Yeah, it's totally it is hard to find by the yard. And then, I mean, I've had the chicks at Michael's and the chicks at Joanne say, "Well, have you thought about a thicker, finer felt to try to put it to?" And it's just like, I have felt around that I use when I set up a photography studio, and yeah, the stuff sticks to it, but it does not stick to it and stay to it. I mean, it's not the loop side of hooking loop.
And I'll tell you what my thought was, and I've seen it before, and I'd have to see if I can find it again. My thoughts were actually doing, like, one of the first designs that came to mind was to do like felt. I'm going to do I was thinking of doing like an American flag and doing felt over it, and probably like, I'm thinking red, and then the blue and the white doing strips, or the blue and the white doing strips in those colors.
Here's mine, and they're just made out of felt. Those patches are staying on.
Yeah, but Gary, you're special.
Pretty cool.
Everything works for you.
I guess there's different levels of felt then, because the one that I have is a looser felt, and it doesn't. I mean, yes, the patch will stick to it, but if I hung it upside down, or if I hung it 90 degrees and wanted to hang it on the wall, the patches would start to fall off over time.
No, none of mine have fell off in a month anyway, but I do have the felt glued down. I don't have it just loose in there. Those are actually picture frames, and I actually took Elmer's glue and glued the felt onto them, so it's actually stuck to it. So it's a hard surface.
Yeah, and that's the best way to do it, whether you're able to get the female side of the loop or not, and actually stretch it across. But you want to fasten it to actual hard rigid surface, because my first thought was to find a yard by yard or a 1 yard square of the thing, and then because I can stretch canvas and go buy a cheap $10 canvas from Michael's and just stretch it and staple it and call it good. But it just that won't do. You got to have a hard surface for that to adhere to. So what you're saying, Gizzard, makes complete sense.
That's why I just want to go with the stickers. It seems like it's just much easier to deal with.
Well, the nice thing about having them on a board like that, if you want to take them off and put them on a hat, or if you want to put them on a backpack, you just peel them off and move them.
Oh shit! I apologize. That wasn't Gizzard. That was Sean. Why do you sound like Gizzard, Sean? Are you guys brothers?
Not that I know of.
Huh. Gizzard and Sean sound an awful lot alike. Is it just me?
I don't know. Say something, Sean.
Maybe he only speaks when you refer to him in his chat name.
Well, maybe it was Gizzard who was telling me about gluing the stuff to picture frames. And
yeah,
whatnot.
that was me. That was
okay. All right. I thought it was Sean for some reason, and then I said it was you, but never mind.
No, that was the Gizzard.
Nope, I was right all along, and then I fucked it up, and then never mind.
Hey, Phoenix, speak one more time, because you do sound like somebody.
Okay, I'm speaking one more time.
You almost sound like you and Alan almost have a similar voice there.
I don't hear that.
You do realize
maybe it's just
Alan's
me.
Name 3 times, he's going to show up, right?
Alan.
You just cursed us.
Speaking of,
I thought that only worked with Night Strike.
Oh, you got to say
nope.
Jan.
Let's see. 40 guy X2 says he would like to have a Desert Eagle. And Bob's in here. How you doing, Bob? Philo, how are you? Just Dano, how are you?
Biker Bob?
The Biker Bob. Yep.
Yeah,
Sean Green.
Dano.
Speak of the devil.
Yep.
Biker Bob, what up, you fucking Canuck? Hey, Dano. I hope all is well, my friend. Bob, I hope all is well with you too.
Ooh, a Springfield.
Even though you're a Canuck, I still hope all is well.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with most Canadians.
As long as they stay in Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
I will disagree with you heavily there, hipster, but we'll save that for a different day.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada is the 51st state. You do realize that, right?
Well,
yeah, they're just about 10 years behind us.
All right, but you got to understand, as a Yankee who grew up playing hockey and traveling to Canada to play against them Canucks, there's a built-in rivalry. There's a built-in love-hate relationship. So That's why I give Bob so much shit. I love Bob.
We just love to hate him. Just,
I just love when Bob gets drunk and it's all about something and he may say he doesn't say it, but when he gets drunk, man, I've almost died laughing hearing it.
And when he makes a mistake, is he sorry?
Battery? Battery? Anybody have any extra batteries?
The hell's an aluminum Falcon?
Aluminum Falcon? Don't you mean aluminium?
Same difference.
You must mean aluminium. That must be what you mean.
Dum dum dum. So,
well, you do realize, Hatfield, there's like one more spot in the panel.
Yes.
Bob could jump in and just totally throw this down a rabbit hole.
Well, Bob, please jump in. I'd love to talk to you about how many medals your Canadian hockey teams took away from the Winter Olympics compared to the U.S. of A.
Why don't we talk about how much Canadian?
Oh, here we go.
Nice. What's up, Bob? How you doing?
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
You said my name that many times. I got to jump in.
Of course you
Bob.
do.
Bob.
Yeah.
We're not going to be
What
discussing
about Bob?
cutting body parts off and feeding them to your dogs tonight.
No. I was actually going to talk to you. I finally finished the main piece for the putting the wire stock on my mare's leg, because we can have that here.
It's
about the only thing you can have there.
That's the one thing that you guys have better than us.
Oh no, we got other things too, like SVT 40s for dirt.
Well, I have friends here on Gun Channels who have SVT 40s, so
yeah, but they didn't pay $300 for them.
Well, it doesn't matter. They can still have them. They have them. They shoot them. They like them.
Yeah.
The only thing that you guys actually have is the fucking M14 Chinese made.
Yeah, it's about the only thing they have other than the Rinkos.
Bullshit that we can't get down here. Yeah.
Oh no, we get the Norenko AR-15s and Norenko 45.
Hey, Bob, how big are your magazines?
Norenko AR-15 does not even go together in the same.
Yeah, the Russian. We get these P38s and Lugers. We get Swiss Lugers for cheap. We get.
Yeah, but how big are your magazines again?
Yeah, well, with the military SERP, it don't matter. They're 10 rounds.
That's just something we have to deal with up here in Canada.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is they just say put a aluminum rivet in it and you're good. We do aluminum.
But we're still better on one.
Come on, when the zombies attack.
We're still better on 1 out of 10 things than you guys are in the U.S. of A. So, and then every time I'm on chat,
I mean, you guys are way ahead. You got way better rules.
Every time I'm on a chat, I keep saying how I wish I lived in the U.S. of A. because I would be able to do this and be able to do that and be able to have this and be able to have that. But you're 1 out of 10. Just it makes it.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that, like, this is. I think the point I'm making is that gun laws are so stupid that even when they make a shit pile of them, there's still all these weird loopholes that allow you to have stuff that in other countries that don't have hardly any gun laws, they have gun laws against stuff that you can have, even though, it's like, oh, these gun laws are so great in this country. And it's like, it's not that hard to get guns. Like in Canada, we get our gun license. We can have as many as we want and buy, whatever.
What is this gun license you speak of?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, the thing is, we go and do a 14.
Are you talking about a carry license? Or wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah, see, we do a 4470 once, and then we're good for 10 years. So we don't have to get one every time we buy a gun. We don't have to do a 4470.
I don't have to get one at all when I go buy a gun.
Hang on.
I just have to do the form.
Except you are limited as to what type of guns you are allowed to buy and own and keep at your home because you guys have your.
That's only been in the last 40 years, and we got some of it taken back. We actually got to think about this, though. We actually got a gun registry taken away. We got a gun law taken away. How often does that happen to you guys?
Well, it depends on what state you're talking about, though. Hey.
They hang on to like tooth and nail. They're not giving.
Depends on the state.
Well, yeah, it depends where you live, I guess.
We can according to the U.S. government, they are not allowed to keep gun registries. So
I know. We all saw all those great big containers they had outside the what's it called there? The ATF, and they had like tons and piles of shipping containers full of all the records who bought guns when they bought them.
because they have records in shipping containers does not mean that is a registry or a database. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm naive enough to think that there's not some backdoor fucking database.
I'm good.
I will not say that. I will never say that. But I mean, we do have a law that says that the federal government and or state governments are not allowed to keep a registry of guns owned by private citizens.
Didn't they also have a law that said if you worked for the State Department, you couldn't have a separate server to do your emails through? Wasn't that a big law?
Well, that's until somebody special gets caught.
Oh, wait. No. So that means that you have two sets of laws. I don't know, man.
Well,
we just have one here that if you're a
so do y'all.
What government doesn't?
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly.
There's special people, and there's the people that pay taxes.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. And you know what? It's no different here. I mean, this whole fucking... The people who got the money got the power, and the people who got the power, they're just going to shit on little people. And the little people are anybody who makes less than $1 billion a year kind of thing, or is a person of power. Whether you're in the music industry or whether you're in the movie industry or whether you're in the political industry or the business industry, whoever's got the power and the money controls everything. And it's a really sad state of affairs for the world to be in, but we kind of been that way forever. There's always been those, high priest, this kind of bullshit, right? God, I sound like a communist.
You guys could just bring up Trudeau and win the argument right then and there.
Yeah, really. I can't argue anything about that piece of fucking filth. I can't stand the little turd.
Such language from you tonight, Bob.
I know.
Bob,
really, I
this
loathe
chat of all chats.
Language by Bob.
I loathe Pierre Trudeau.
Earlier, you were talking about him talking about lopping people's arms off and feeding them to the dogs or something. So this is mild, I think.
I've never said I would lob someone's arms off to feed to the dog. Well, no, unless it was like they were already dead and the dog was hungry.
Damn.
What's wrong with that? If they're dead, it don't matter, right? They're just protein to the dog.
But you know what happens once they get a taste for human flesh, right?
Yeah.
That don't matter.
Wake
a dog,
a couple toes.
At least
all
the
day
dog
in a 70s Pinto.
Now, at least the dog would wait until you're dead. A cat would probably start eating you while you're still alive.
Hey, Dano.
Yeah.
You've been trying to speak here for a couple of minutes, have you not?
Intermittently, but I've lost track. Bob has been successful as far as brainwashing all the thoughts out of my brain.
All right, I was just going to try to make sure you had your chance.
I've done my job.
Bob has a habit of that.
I've done my job.
It is a full room as well.
I'm happy.
See, Bob is our anti-travi device.
Dano, I don't think of Dano as a Travi. So where are you? Where's the correlation between an anti-Dano and an anti-Travi device?
Well, see, once Bob starts speaking, the Travi can't use their mind control powers on you.
Once a Canuck starts speaking, period, everybody just goes fucking brain dead.
Okay, that's, point proven right there.
By the time he's done talking, an hour's gone by.
And he can spew out a whole lot of shit in just a short amount of time.
Oh, yeah, them Canuck hockey players, they like to talk a lot of shit until they get knocked on their ass.
Yeah, you want to have fun.
Puck hits the ice.
We've been able to throw Bob off a couple times on these chats. You just got to ask him about cowboys herding sheep.
Don't start.
Have you ever asked him about him and his buddies spray painting raccoons?
Wait, what? I missed this one.
Yeah, so did I.
You've never heard this?
No.
Oh my God, Bob, lay it down.
Enlighten us, Bob.
See, the only reason he hasn't been talking is because he's either taking a piss or he's having a cigarette.
Or Ellis muted him.
No, Ellis ain't muted him.
No, wrong on both counts, Dano. I've been modifying a belt sander to turn it into a upright sander so I can sand the stock for a rifle.
Hey, Bob.
So you're making a full semi-auto sander, huh?
Well, other people were talking. I thought I would tape it up. And yeah, we did used to paint raccoons with fluorescent orange airport runway paint. Orange and yellow, whatever we had. Because they would come in the yard and steal the bird feeder.
And how would you catch them so you could paint them? You would trap them, right?
Yeah, we'd trap them in traps, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you would trap them, and then you would spray paint them, and then let them go in a bright color, and then let them go back into the wild so that they can be fucking eaten. So that they can be fucking eaten by whatever the next predator in line is when it comes to the food chain. Yeah. And so they couldn't. Yeah.
I just really want to know why your solution is painting them and setting them loose so they can come back and do it again.
Because we were in the city and you're not allowed to shoot them.
But you're allowed to paint them?
You're not. You're not.
Okay, it's quite legal to trap them in live trap. They never said anything about it. You couldn't paint them. They never said you couldn't paint them. They just said you could trap them in a live trap. So we trap them in a live trap. Paint them with glass. Take them on the country, let them go to the coyote city.
How drunk do you have to be to say, okay, the law says I can't shoot them, so I'm going to trap them, and then I'm going to spray paint them in bright orange or bright yellow runway paint, and then I'm going to drive them off out. I'm going to drive them off out into the country and let them loose.
That's what I was about to get at. Is your thought never went to haul them off so they maybe don't make it back easily?
They're trash.
Well, they always came back. Yeah, and I'm not talking like normal raccoons. These are city raccoons. And they I saw one going down the street at night once, and it looked like a baby bear. I mean, they're huge. They'll kill dogs and shit. They're big, mean creatures. So it's really funny.
If you can't shoot them in the city, you haul them off to the country
and shoot them there. Yeah, we used to do that, but it was more fun to paint them. Plus, we also thought, imagine one of them running across the highway in front of you in fluorescent paint. You'd be like, I saw an alien. Hey, I think that way. I'm sorry.
That's not what I would have thought.
I used to fill up clear plastic garbage bags with helium, and then put those little neon lights on them and let them off in the air just to see if I could get people to report UFOs. Because it was funny.
Only you, Bob. Only you.
No, actually, I think a lot of people do that. That's why there's so many reports every year.
But somehow labeling an animal for future death seemed entertaining.
Right, that's
well, it's a raccoon. You got to remember, and these are city raccoons. They've never had to live in the country. We used to haul them
you take away its whole natural ability to blend in with the habitat,
digging garbage cans and knock over garbage cans.
Go about its life. So you're gonna spray paint it fucking bright red, bright orange, bright yellow, whatever, and then take it out of the city back into the country and drop it off, and just let it fucking put that thing out of its fucking misery. Why not?
Oh, God, no. Why would you do that? The thing
Grow
has been
some fucking balls.
You gotta remember, this thing has been. Oh, wow. We used to shoot them. It wasn't nearly as much fun.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no sport in that. At least you give it a chance.
Because watching
Plus, it was way safer
watching
across the road.
Watching another breathing,
it's not like
animal suffer is a good thing to do, and setting it up
it's a natural death for a raccoon to get torn apart by coyotes. So what's wrong with that?
Fluorescent orange by
You're just taking one of these really fat, really like garbage-fed raccoons that's been doing nothing but
at that point. Okay, when you said a natural
coyotes, so now they don't eat somebody's cat.
Bob,
I mean, you're doing it a favor.
When you said a natural death, that implies survival of the fittest. So, to me, that does not mean that you are painted in a fluorescent fucking color that every fucking predator in the area can fucking see. And you don't stand out like a fucking sore thumb.
All right. Hey guys, I got to jump off of here. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
So, but yeah, I definitely agree with Hadi. There should be something that separates Bob from other animals. His behavior is not one of them.
I'm not kidding, man. Every time I think about it, it just cracks me up. I think it's so funny to take this big, fat, ugly, like trash panda, and it's been living on garbage for its whole life, and take it out way out in the country, and then make it marked.
You realize serial killers have the same fantasy and actions.
That's about right. That's about right, Daniel.
You've never been around these kind of raccoons, obviously.
You're about right.
Study of serial killers, and you are matching them amazingly.
And Bob is not the only one who has raccoons in city areas. And these
serial killer in my life.
These raccoons that he's saying are like small bears. Fucking give me a fucking break, dude. I've spent time in North Dakota, not 50 miles from where you fucking live. So I've seen the raccoons that you're talking about. I haven't seen the fluorescently painted ones that you're talking about, because they would have been killed long before I would have ever had the chance to see them by either predators or another sick fucking Canadian who just saw something fluorescent running through a field and wanted to shoot it.
You're talking bush raccoons. I don't have a problem with them. I'm talking city raccoons. These are things that go dump your garbage over every night, go through it to get whatever it can. If they can, they'll get up on the roof of your house and dig a hole through the roof to burrow into the roof of your house. They're horrible creatures, and they get huge because they get all this food because they're living in the city.
Talk to Yankee. Yankee has like 5 raccoons in his old place. At his old place,
he wears dresses sometimes. I know I'm not the kind of person who wears dresses or coddles.
I have never seen Yankee wear a dress, and I've met the man.
I live on the sea, and there's sharks come around, so I feed them once in a while just so they won't be so hungry. Like, please, they're evil little creatures, and you just got to get rid of them as varmints. And literally, we did use trap them.
So if you want to get rid of them as varmints, fucking put them out their fucking misery and get rid of them as varmints.
But it's more fun if you paint the fluorescent colors and let them go way out.
For who?
About it.
Ain't
Well,
much
for
fun for
who?
raccoons.
They're raccoons. Who cares?
Fun for the morally underdeveloped.
Oh, please.
I guess. Must be.
We used to fill gopher holes up with propane and set it off.
Again, example, case proven. Case shut.
No, that actually is something that saves cattle's life. So that's what he's talking about there, getting rid of gopher holes in cattle fields. That's different. That is, I have to say, that is different than painting a raccoon and then taking it out and letting it loose and letting it
But
go.
yeah, there are other ways of dealing with the holes and destruction short of a bomb.
Yeah, you could. You could sit back 100 yards, 200 yards away and pick them off one by one the second they pop their head out of the hole. You could.
I mean, you just go in with a backhoe and destroy the colony.
Wait a minute. No, because then you've just destroyed your hayfield.
Where are you getting a backhoe from?
I'm sorry, we were trying to save cattle.
Well, okay,
but part of why.
Right?
Damn it, Dano! I want to agree with you here, but you're making it hard on me. Part of the reason why you put cattle where they are is so that they can walk and feed and do their own thing.
Right. So you destroy the tunnels so they have a less, and they move on to somebody else's property.
Right, but you don't destroy said tunnels by digging blindly with a backhoe, hoping you take out said tunnels. You take out the actual varmint.
For 40 guy
pour gasoline down them.
I mean, there are ways of finding where
has
these
just
are,
said
like filling the tunnels up with water.
40 guy X2
I've
out there
seen that
is saying that this turned into a shit show, basically. 40 guy, are you new to this?
It's a fucking hipster Hatfield chat. What else do you expect?
Are you new to this, 40? Because if it's your first time here, sit back. You're in for a ride.
But I'm not in for much longer because I got shit. I'm hitting up the mountain for another shit show in the morning. So
what's going on in the morning?
I don't know, man. There's a big spring fucking party up on the mountain in the morning, and people are going to be skiing down the fucking mountain and trying to skim across the pond full of water and all that shit. I'm going up to have some drinks and laugh at people who are freezing their ass off when they can't make it through this pond on their skis or
and
snowboard.
then talking about how fun it was.
Yeah, they're gonna jump out freezing with cameras around them, and it was fun. Well, yeah, because you had about 10 drinks in you just to get up the fucking balls to actually do it.
Yeah. And now you're shaking like a leaf.
Yeah. But I'll probably have that same amount of drinks in me, just sitting back watching and laughing.
Oh yeah,
so.
That's the way to do it. Is
camera clicking away when the girl in the bikini does it.
Yeah, except the weather's going to be shitty, so I don't know how many bikini-clad women are going to be up there. But it is the Northwest, so I mean, 50 degrees. That's normally fucking shorts and tank top weather, so it's going to be 45 up there. So hey, never know.
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, I saw videos of like they have some Russian ski hill where, last skiing day of the season, everybody skis in bikinis, and the guy was saying,
"Yeah, we do that in the Northeast."
Yeah, the guy was saying, so it's like it's -3 Celsius, but in the sunshine, it's not too bad.
No, I've been up there.
Yeah, so it's -3 Celsius air temperature, and everybody's in bikinis. And of course, Russians are all in speedos.
No, I've been up there this winter and have seen chicks in either bikinis or tank tops with no bras or both, bikinis and tank tops, and cruising down the mountain. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me tomorrow. So.
No, the Russians also like doing polar bear plunges too.
Well, I've done the polar bear once, but it wasn't on purpose.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Oh, Bob.
What happened, Bob? You was walking on the ice and it cracked on you?
Exactly.
No, I was on a snow machine. I was just trying to cross a icy section.
How'd the snow machine fare?
Oh, I never got it back. It sunk. It was like
Yeah, I really don't doubt it. If you ended up in the water, I'd bet my life.
Oh, I never took a snowmobile suit off so fast in my life. Yeah. Well, I swam out of there in just my t-shirt and jeans. You wouldn't believe how fast you can swim when the water is freezing.
Probably pretty damn fast.
Well, you kind of have to, because if you slow down,
unless you have ice skates on, right, Bob?
What's that?
I said unless you have ice skates on, right?
Yeah, no, I've never actually gone through the ice on skates.
Now, I do kind of have to wonder how low down below the bottom was, because I used to snowmobile quite a bit many years ago. I snowmobiled on lakes and rivers quite a bit. And if you go under in a snowmobile suit and boots, by the time you get your boots off, you're only seconds away from drowning and you don't have your suit off yet. You just have your boots off.
Oh, if you're good, you can.
Because you can't find...
You're good. I have no idea. But it was getting dark by the time I got...
Oh, feel free to keep talking.
My boots were gone. I don't know where my boots went, but they were gone. And I had that suit unzipped to the crotch, and I was swimming out of it, but the water was getting dark.
Yeah.
And I was lucky to find the hole.
You were standing on the bottom.
Oh, I wasn't on the bottom.
Undoing your suit.
No, I wasn't standing on the bottom.
He was standing on the snowmobile, which was sitting on the bottom.
Exactly. I mean, for people who have snow, with the exception of Bob, anybody else in snowmobile on Lake River life realizes how difficult it is to quickly change your boots off and your one-piece snowmobile suit off before you drown.
No, I understand what you're saying, Daniel.
The shit gets heavy and you slow down real fast.
Oh.
But if you're standing on the bottom, that changes everything.
And then that cold water makes you move even slower. And yeah.
I mean, you're all bundled up tight. Your manual dexterity is gone to shit for undoing.
Like I say, it was a spring day. I mean, but anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that snowmobile didn't. Like, we couldn't get it out. It was down a good 100 and some feet.
I'm sure it was 100 feet.
Bob, but by the time you get them boots off,
fucking feet.
Daniel, we have lakes that go over 700 feet that we snowmobile across for 5
I understand.
We have rivers that run over 100 feet deep.
Bob. But by the time you get them boots off, do you even have dexterity in your fingers to to grab that zipper on your snowmobile suit?
Dude, I don't know. I have no idea how it came off. I just know that my boots were kicked off, my suit was unzipped, and I was swimming out of it as it was starting to get dark.
And then when he got to the shore, he was picking the rocks out from between his toes.
I didn't get to the shore, dude. I didn't get to the shore. I got to the hole I went through.
Yeah.
And then came up through that. Somebody had an ice shack or something there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I came up through that and basically clawed my way out of the ice.
I don't know if you're religious or not, but I don't know.
And my buddies picked me up on their snow machines. One buddy took his snowsuit off, put it on me, and we raced back to shore, where I went in the cabin and stood next to the fire naked, shivering. Like,
Now, after that, did you believe in? I'm not religious. So, did you believe in God? Did you believe in some higher power? Did you believe in something that helped you get out of that fucking situation?
Fuck no! I just thought I was lucky as shit.
Oh, okay.
You know,
that is interesting to me, Bob.
And this is one more tall tale from the book of Bob's Tall Tales.
Okay. We've heard Dano's tall tales too, but they're not very
I believe you heard about a guy that spray painted raccoons.
Yes.
I believe you heard about it.
You know, just because you've led a pedestrian, ordinary life, don't imagine everyone else has.
Dano, keep going, please, because
I believe you've ridden a snowmobile.
And I'm gonna keep going for Dano. And Bob, I want to believe you've ridden a snowmobile and you flew across thin ice and found yourself in ice cold water and were able to kick your boots off and were able to get out of your suit and were able to find the hole that you came out of and get back to shore without dying.
Well, that was generous.
Well, actually, I think the closest.
Well, Dano, I was trying to let you pick up where I was going. But
closest I probably was to death was on the 15-minute ride back to the cabin. Because when you're soaking wet and it's below freezing,
it's a frozen lake. What's it going to be? 70 degrees? I mean, come on. It's winter.
The wind chill and the hyperthermia, Dano, is what I'm talking about. That was the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that kills anyone who goes into the water in the winter.
The hypothermia would have hit you before you had your boots off, Bob.
No, actually, the water isn't as cold as you might think. It's when you come out of it.
Shit.
No, it's cold.
The water around here.
No, because the water is not freezing. The water is not freezing temperature. Otherwise, it would be ice.
Bob,
it's
you're crazy.
Just above freezing.
Bob, no, you're crazy, Bob.
No, I'm not crazy.
The water does not have to be 33.5 degrees, which is just a half a degree above freezing in order to give you hypothermia.
So what did I say? The water's not freezing. So it depends on how long you're in there. Depends on how long you're in there and what your internal core temperature gets to. That's
now we're entering a new chapter. And this chapter
Bob.
is known as Science According to Bob.
Okay, Bob. Okay, Bob.
Okay, I'll do a Yankee on y'all.
No, Bob. No,
Google it. Google it.
We don't have to Google it because we understand it.
Look up the studies on hyperthermia. Look up the studies on hypothermia. It's not like you guys think that you hit the ice cold water and you're dead.
No, you're dead in about 5 minutes.
No, but you cannot keep your head above water within 3 to 5 minutes.
Yes, that's true.
100 feet of water, which you claim that you were in, you do realize you immediately start going down. You don't have a life preserver on.
I don't think I ever said I went down 100 feet. I said that snowmobile ended up in 100 feet of water, which means it sunk in 100 feet of water. That means I went in the lake that has at least 100 feet of water. In some places,
but Bob,
but anyway, it went too deep to recover it, and the water it went into. I'm just saying, by the time I got back to the surface,
even with all of that considered,
but it's not that hard to swim. I mean, like, the thing is, when you hit the water, you get an adrenaline buzz right there.
Hey,
and it doesn't. I just don't understand why you guys think a person can't do that.
Well, it's because I've snowmobiled on rivers and lakes for decades. And when you go underwater, there's this thing called momentum. That when you go in, your body continues to go forward when you're underwater. Meaning that if you come straight up, if you're lucky enough, you are most likely under the fucking ice.
Okay, hey, and I'm not even thinking about that, but I'm thinking about if he actually is in the water and then he's able to get out, and then he does have this 15 to 20 minute ride back to a cabin in order to get heat. Okay, he's in what did you say? Minus 20 to minus 30 degree temps. Plus you add the wind chill. Plus you add what he's feeling because of already being dunked in the fucking river and losing all of, and then having to strip off his boots, strip off his snowmobile suit, and then he's riding on the back of a snowmobile holding on to somebody. You do not have the strength to hold on to somebody for 15 minutes while you're in hypothermia, and there's no way you're not going to be in hypothermia at that point in time.
I was sitting in front of my girlfriend. She was on her own machine.
You can't modify the story after you've told it.
Okay, so okay.
I didn't say you drove me back.
All right, so
I didn't give you any details.
Oh my fucking dude!
Science according to Bob.
Oh please, you guys are just a bunch of pussies. You can't handle it, man. Look it up.
No,
Google, honest to God, Google survival in ice cold water. You'll see lots and lots of videos of people go into ice cold water, get out, and don't die. Oh my God!
I'm sorry. I'm just a realist. If you spend any amount of time in fucking ice cold, if you spend any amount of time in ice cold water, and then you have a 15 to 20 minute ride back to somewhere where you have to get warm, where you're driving 20, 25 miles an hour on a fucking snowmobile, do you know the fucking wind chill you're feeling? Do you know what that's going to add on to the effects that any person would be feeling after being dunked in that type of fucking water? So, Bob,
let me take it for a moment, and then you can have it back. I just want to touch on the scientific facts that the boots and the suit that people wear, when exposed to water, have a negative buoyancy. Now, Bob, as he's clearly stated, water is deeper than he is tall. Okay,
this is true.
He's immediately going to start going down because he's surrounded himself with negative buoyancy equipment, his boots and his onesie that he's wearing.
And Daniel.
Yes.
Just for the dummies out there, negative buoyancy means that what he's wearing is going to suck up water and going to cause him to be heavier and not be able to keep his head above the surface, right?
Yes. It's like a lead weight.
Okay.
And that's of course, I haven't touched on, was he wearing a helmet? And again, we're going back to dexterity in the fingers again, and the coldness and all these snaps that have to be taken off as you're literally drifting towards the bottom, because that's the direction you're going. Is you're going down, and because of the momentum, you're still going somewhat forward, away from the opening, maintaining some sort of buoyancy, which is not possible. And you're getting the strap off your chin strap, you're getting your helmet off, and then with the remaining dexterity in your fingers, you're able to unsnap your boots and one at a time get each boot off, and then unzip your onesie, shed that, and then have the wherewithal to look up and say, now where's the hole? Because it's all frozen over. Only one part had a hole, not the whole thing, only one part. So now he's swimming underwater, back to the hole, and up to the top, defying all known abilities of mankind.
Daniel, I hear you, and I'm with you on certain points. I'm not saying Bob's lying or anything, but I think all your points are very, very valid. And
I'm saying the truth is stretched. It's difficult to determine where, but the truth has been stretched. I don't know where, I wasn't there, but it's beyond the point of reasonable scientific knowledge based off the story we have heard.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you consider the only thing, my biggest thing is you consider, okay, someone goes in the water when they're snowmobiling. Okay, if you are able to get out of your boots, you're able to get out of your one piece, and all that, you've been in the water for 3 to 5 minutes before you're able to get yourself out, and that's if you don't, and that's if you have help. And then you add, and then you add a, what do you say, 20 or 15 to 20 minute ride on the snowmobile with minus something wind chill as it is, and then you add the wind chill of riding a snowmobile against said wind chill, which just multiplies it. I
agree with you on the hypothermia thing. And another issue that I have not addressed, and neither have you, but we should, is how long can the untrained person that smokes maybe a pack a day of cigarettes hold their breath continuously? 5 minutes underwater?
Fuck no, dude.
No.
Fuck no.
3
minutes? I won't even say no. I'll say fuck no. As soon as you get down to 30 seconds, I'll say maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but I know it's a lot less than 5 and 3.
Okay, yeah. As soon as you get down to 30 seconds, I'll say maybe.
Yeah, so
as a smoker.
Versus standing on top of the snowmobile and being near the surface just to get a few gulps of air.
Listen, I'm not. I don't think any of us are trying to be assholes to Bob here, calling out on bullshit on the story or anything like that. But we're just making light of
the scientific weaknesses within the story.
There you go. Yeah, I'm struggling to find words for it. So.
So, Bob, other than that, how's it going?
I hope all is well, Bob. Honestly, I do.
He must have gone to take a piss.
Are you taking a piss on my icon? that fucking Dano, I'll piss on him.
It's been a while since I've been in these chats personally, so he could be pissing on my icon too. So,
well, I hope he ain't pissing on mine. I just got it.
Well, if Google Hangouts works right.
Oh, Google Hangouts will never work right. It's Google.
Exactly.
Come on now. Now you're drawing straws.
God, all that started from painting raccoons. Huh?
Oh, this is just another late night outlaw chat.
I was just gonna say, hipster. See what happens when you let me in your chats.
This is normal.
Or Bob.
No, no. Okay, it's normal. It's normal.
This is normal.
Last night was fairly tame for a Hatfield chat.
Yeah, actually it was, wasn't it?
Well, all I'm saying is this one probably wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't have been for this dumbass right here jumping in and bringing things up that you guys had no idea about.
That's why I open them up. I like.
Dano's still here. Oh shit! Okay, I'll come back later.
No, Dano's still here.
Is he done venting, or can I come back into the talk, or is he done?
Bob, I've always got time for you.
Yeah, I know. That's the sad part.
We fucking love you, Canucks.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking golf. I get to put a stock on my mare's leg.
You do. Well, you have fun with your mare's leg. Go hump your mare's leg.
I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do to make it even more Canadian? Instead of putting any kind of normal, just a flat.
Bathe it in maple syrup.
Base plate on it. I'm going to use a Lee Enfield Mark IV base plate. Or shoulder plate, right?
Okay.
Just like shooting a Lee Enfield, except it'll be a lever action 357 Magnum. Gotta love that.
Is that supposed to make us as Americans feel bad or
what? So
feel ashamed or what?
I have no idea, but I just happen to have one of those butt plates from war the infield, and you know what? They're steel, so I might as well weld it to a steel rod and make that a stock for my American.
No, dude. I hear you. I was just wondering on why you brought that up in the way you did. I mean, is it supposed to make us feel inferior to you Canucks in one way or another? Or
No. That's just what I've been doing today. I've been cutting the steel and making the new plate that I'm gonna drill through and put the threaded rod through, so I can have an adjustable stock.
Yeah,
on it.
not everyone enjoys bending a knee for the Queen.
Whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking. That's what I've been doing today. Actually, creating something out of steel that was really fun. I love working with steel welders now. I used to be all about wood and doing woodworking and stuff, and now it's all like, no. Now I got a welder. It's all about welding.
Remember that bumper you put on your camper or trailer or whatever the last time you were down? That really hung in there, didn't it?
Canadian quality at its best.
Oh no! It turned out like that was the thing is right. It's this 4x4 steel tube, or not steel tube, square box bumper, right? The factory bumper. And what it is you put your sewer tube in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, you're always putting a wet tube in there, and it rusted on the inside out.
You can explain it all you want, but it's still not gonna.
Yeah, this is like science according to Bob.
Yeah, well, that was a Dutchman trailer, which I think is an American company. So,
well, it was a Canuck who was operating it, so. That's where the problem was, I think.
The problem was the bumper rusted, but actually, I did eventually manage to fix that. But that camper's getting scrapped now because it turned out the siding started to come off it. My last trip, pushing a heavy headwind at 80 miles an hour, and the tin sides of the trailer started to bulge out. And
did it have anything to do with that? Tire with that winter tire that you blew when you were driving in the summer?
Oh no,
when you were driving in the summer in Arizona on a Canadian winter tire and
Texas with studded winter snow tires. Yeah, at 80 miles an hour on the freeway, passing a semi when it blew. That was fun.
All right. It was Texas, not Arizona, but it was still like. Canadian winter tire in Texas in summer, and
it was spring, but it was still stupid hot. It's like 90 degrees. Ridiculous place. I don't know why anybody lives there.
Yeah. I have heard that there is a reason that they strongly recommend that if you want a fifth wheel in your truck, to be damn well sure you get dualies. But Bob knew better.
And I've heard there's a reason that they strongly. I've heard there's a reason that they strongly recommend that you take off. That states actually have laws in place where you're not allowed to drive on the roads with studded winter tires past April 1st.
Yeah, well, it was probably not a good idea, but anyway, it all worked out. Now I get to put a flatbed on the truck. I always want to do that. But no, I didn't actually hurt the trailer. I mean, it tore up some of the insulation right underneath the fifth wheel, which I didn't find until later. But anyway, all it did was tear the plastic that seals off the insulation.
So Bob, I have a serious question for you.
Sure.
Yes. Serious question is, do you think there's a good chance that you'll get the RV either with its current engine or with a revised engine up and rolling this year?
Oh, hell yeah. That's got to happen within the next, well, as soon as it warms up, right? The biggest problem is we still have like ice and snow. Like the snow is melted, but then turns into ice overnight. So you still got snow drifts everywhere. And yeah, so it's still got a lot of snow around it. But yeah, probably in the next month or so, I'm going to have the engine out, and all it is replacing gaskets. The engine
Hey,
that's
Bob.
in it, there's other than it leaks oil. Yeah.
Bob, you know I love you, right? But do you remember like 6 months ago before winter started, and you were talking about this project?
Here we go down the rabbit hole.
No. That's just let me get to where I'm going. Okay, you know I love you, but do you remember that before winter started, when you were talking about doing this project, and I know the area you live in, I know the type of winters that you guys get, and this one has been especially cold, and I would kept getting on your ass about, well, okay, well, why aren't you out there doing? Okay, you're putting that 460 in there, right? Yeah, that's my plan. Well, what's stopping you? Well, it's a little bit windy today, or it's a little bit this today, it's a little bit that today, and then 2 weeks later, it's fucking 10 degrees below zero, and you have your tent set up and can't do fucking shit out there because everything's seized up and all that.
Yep. Well, that's the way I roll, man. I am Mr. Put it off until the last minute, but I actually have to get it done now. So
you sound exactly like my best friend back there who's getting married in about a month, and I have to go back there to be part of the wedding, and I'm really not looking forward to it because, well, not for any reason in particular that pertains to you, but just the people back there, they think a little differently. I'll just put it that way.
Well, it's like my buddy here is just like, he just shakes his head at me like, you know, like fuck, because like he had to rebuild the front axle and a transaxle on his son's Suburban, and he did it in a weekend. You know, had to empty everything out of his shop and then move his son's Suburban in and pull all the axles apart, and you know, it was ridiculous. Like, you know, had to buy a new press, a new, I don't know, 40-ton press or something so he could press the bearings out or whatever the fuck was broken on it. It was GM, so I don't know. I didn't help because I wasn't around right then. But anyway, it was. But he just does that stuff, and it's just like, well, no, it just had to get done. You know, had to put a well in his house, so he just went and got the machines and dug the hole and put the well in.
When it comes to this work, does he have a shop to do it in, or is he
doing it
outside under?
No, he's got a real shop, and we like. I mean, I can like I'm like where the RV is. It's 2 miles from his place. His shop isn't big enough to get the RV in. The RV is like 13 feet or 12 and a half feet, and nobody has a door that big. We can get the front end stuck in there, but I mean, where it is now, it's right next to the barn. We got power and everything, and it's just a matter of we're just gonna lift the motor on the cherry picker, and then just pull the RV out of the way, put the engine on the engine stand, and do the work there. And then when we're not working on it, we'll just wrap it up in a tarp. But basically, we'll have it done in like a weekend because it's just putting gaskets on it. Really, you know, it's just the main leak, or the only leak I can find on the engine is the pan gasket, and it's only got 30,000 miles. And the pan gasket's a really suspicious leak. Like, they took this thing in just to get it serviced, and the mechanic told them, oh no, the motor's wrecked. I mean, it's leaking oil, pouring, you know, it's got gas, it's dangerous to drive, all this shit. And when I was going to try to take the pan off and change the gasket with the engine in, when I went to undo the front pan bolts, they were finger tight. Like somebody had already loosened them right off. So the only reason this thing was pouring oil was because somebody had loosened it. But at that point, once you've got oil pouring out there, you can't just tighten it back up. At least not when you've already taken all the front accessories and everything off the engine, because you're getting ready to pull it. Yeah. Shitty. But because it's a van, it's the worst thing to work on in the world. I never want to own one of these things again. It's horrible. You can't get at the bottom side of the motor. It's all nothing but suspension and cross members and.
Bob, why
Anyway,
don't you get it running, trade it off, and get something you can actually use?
The thing is, it's in such nice shape. It's got 35,000 miles on it, man. And it's the kind of motor that an EMP doesn't kill. I don't know. It's just it's a 1 ton, like actually it's 1.5 ton or whatever. It's the heavy duty Ford, I don't know, F-350 whatever van chassis. And it's such a good drivetrain combination. It's just like this thing literally could run for the next 30 years. And the rest of the campers was kept inside it most of the time. So it's like, the paint's still bright on it. There's no rust on it anywhere. And it's an 83. I can't. I have to. Much as I hate it, I mean, I hate that one part of it, but as long as that motor's good and I don't have to take it out again, but if I do, I know how. I know how much work it is, so I won't do it unless I really have to, but, I may look into, for some time in the far future, put the diesel in it, but I don't know. I could drop it on a diesel ambulance chassis. That would probably be pretty cool. But then I've got a modern drivetrain, and I don't like all the electronics. They're a pain in the ass. They add all kinds of weight and penalties as far as failure goes.
And
simpler the better. They do work better. I'll give them that. But I mean, I love the KISS principle, right? Keep it simple.
No. I mean, extra work to get it fucking put in there.
Oh yeah, and fuck with, right? And a basic 460 is one of those engines that's known to run at least 200,000 miles.
You and your goddamn 460, dude.
They're one of the best motors Ford ever made.
Bob, you'll put a 460 in your fucking Ranchero or is that Chevy or is that Ford?
Oh, that's Ford. Yeah, Ranchero's Ford. Chevy's a
460 versus Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy's are Camino, right?
Chevy's a El Camino. I know someone who put a 350 in one of them. Or actually, I know someone who put a 454 in one of those, and
mind you, when you think of it,
and almost kill himself in it. But that's beside the point. But you and your fucking 460s, dude. I mean,
great motors, torque monster.
It'll work in a Ranchero. It'll work in my fucking ambulance. It'll work in my camper van.
Well, what are you all about? Think about it.
What am I all about?
Or you just the technology of the new small block?
I honestly, when it comes to a workhorse, I'm old school, probably like my dad. 350.
Oh, really? Because they're not forged properly. 350s are a good engine, but they're disposable, man. They're 50,000 mile engines.
Okay, but if you do what someone who knows what the hell they're doing on one, would you do what someone who knows what they're doing to one would do to one, then you have nothing to worry about for however many hundreds of thousands of miles that your 460 is going to get you.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't make near the torque. It makes, decent horsepower, of course, but
Yeah, I don't know.
They're
I don't
real
know
happy
engines.
engines, right? It makes the
I
spin
don't know
fast.
engines good enough to get
Anything
into
that
that
spins,
debate with you, so I'm not
faster is
gonna.
going to wear out faster. That's my theory.
Don't worry, honey.
Um,
Bob knows all there is to know to get into an argument with you, so he'll do enough for the both of you.
No, I'm just saying that I don't know enough about engines to get in an actual debate or actual educated debate about that subject. So I'm going to stay out of it. So.
Well, if there was an educated debate that went on this channel, I would be surprised.
Hey,
They happen every now and then.
You realize, Bob, you've insulted not just myself, which means nothing, nor Hottie. You've insulted the other members here as well.
I haven't heard a whole lot of educated debates on Outlaw Show. I've heard him have some really good guests.
Okay.
And I'm not just saying that because I was one of them.
Are you sober enough to recognize the difference between the two?
Yes.
Was that a definitive yes or a maybe?
boy, I'm just getting my ass spanked tonight, ain't I?
I don't know. I was actually trying to compliment you on that you got really good guests on, and then Dano had to go in and insult you.
No, you were not, Bob. You were not complimenting anybody.
Hipster, I think Bob's the one getting his ass handed to him.
Damn.
Them
Insult
fucking
me,
Canucks.
insult my channel.
Them
How was that an insult? Telling you that you had some really great guests. How is that an insult?
Well,
because that's not all you said.
Yeah,
well, you said that there wasn't a whole lot of educated debates on here.
Exactly. There's been several very
you're not
educated
having
debates
shows-
on here.
In the majority, you're not having an organized show where you have a nice debate with someone. Mostly, you have a bunch of us on late at night, and we just argue about silly stuff like what cat video was cooler, or stuff like we're arguing about tonight.
Have you not been paying attention to my Monday and Tuesday night shows?
Oh, probably not. No.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah.
Go watch a few of those. There's some really good ones out there.
I didn't know you were having one of those.
Ellis doesn't need me to defend him, but I will state the definitive statement. He runs two types of shows. One, which is an interview format, when he has someone to interview, and the other is an open topic format, such as this.
Oh, well, I really like the interview ones. These ones I find are mostly like this kind of stuff, so that's why I don't watch a lot of them.
Well, not necessarily. It depends on what's going on that day.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
like we had a Monday night.
Hatfield can look after himself.
Well, yeah, we had a discussion Monday night on. No, it was Tuesday night. We I had come across the guy, and we was talking about guns, and he was wanting to know where we went and shot, and what we used, and this, that, and the other. And we was telling him, we take out the ARs, and as soon as I said the AR came up, he says, I don't want to hear no more. Started walking off. He turned around and looked at us, and his reply was, ain't nobody needs no AR, and just kept walking. No explanation, no nothing, just nobody needs an AR. And the topic of that night was, why do we need an AR? When somebody asks you that question, why do you need an AR? How do you answer it? And it was a damn good chat.
Actually, that is a good one. I mean, I would answer immediately, well, one of the best gopher rounds, it works good for squirrels. In a pinch, you could maybe use it for a deer. But other than that, yeah, it's a really good varmint gun. And I love the AR. It's light. It's quick to use. It's got the big magazine because squirrels going through trees and gophers running along the ground.
Yeah. But Bob.
Yeah.
Then you're skirting around the question. That is what you can use. That's what you can use an AR for. Why do you need one? You can do everything you just said. You can do everything you just said with any regular semi-automatic or bolt action 22.
It's a sucker question.
No. It'd have to be a
question that doesn't deserve an answer.
Well, I agree with you.
Automatic. But what I'm saying,
I agree.
I think the point I would be making is they're a really good varmint rifle. And why shouldn't I have one of those? It looks scary to you. I'm sorry. Then put on your big girl panties. I don't know. It's just a gun. It's a gun that shoots a little tiny bullet that can be used for violence.
So can any other gun.
Dan. You know, and that would be the point I would make, is that it's ridiculous that they want to demonize this tiny little gun that shoots a tiny little bullet that is not at all like this. They put it out as an elephant killer. I mean,
what they mean and what they say are two very different things. And you're going after what they said.
That's what I'm trying to explain to them, right? I'm trying to explain to them that they are ridiculous. They're demonizing a gun that is ridiculous in it, that it's one of the smallest, most insignificant calibers, and like they are to point out to them, they are so ignorant about what they're talking about.
Because and you think that's going to sway them?
Devastating, blah 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 blah. Oh,
that's going to sway them, saying you're ignorant.
Well,
I mean, that's not an answer.
I mean, the biggest problem is that most anti-gunners are ignorant.
It's a booby trap question that should not be answered.
I agree with you that it is a trap question, but that's the question that you are going to get from somebody who is, anti-AR-15. Why do you need it? Give me a definitive answer as to why you need it. And there is no definitive answer for it. That's the problem.
Can I say this? I was just talking to my friend's dad, who I was saying that I got to go back to his wedding back in Montana. I was talking about that earlier, and they live in North Dakota. And he says he's a gun guy. He owns tons of guns, and he says, if I had to give up every one of my fucking AR-15s and it saved 350 children's lives a year, you know what? I would. And I'm just like, okay, but do you not realize that you and the other law-abiding citizens who would be giving up said weapons are not the ones who are going to be killing children?
Right.
So you guys giving up your weapons, you're talking about, what, 350 million? Am I wrong there?
Yeah, I think going after, do you want to talk about the tools that are being used, or you want to talk about the excessive violence that's going on, regardless of the tool?
And then he wanted to continue on about, well, anybody can go and buy something like this without a background check.
Yeah, because those things you can talk about.
I'm like, they can't go to a store. They can't go to a fucking pawn shop. They can't go anywhere and do anything like that without a fucking background check. He says, well, bullshit, they do it back here all the time. And I'm like, they don't go to your local fucking gun store and do that shit without a background check, because that fucking gun store would be shut down in a fucking heartbeat and the owners would be fucking in jail. And he's like, okay, well, I mean, are you telling me I can't go talk to a friend and go buy an AR-15 from a friend? I'm like, I don't know what your laws are in North Dakota. Are you allowed to do private sales, person to person transfers? And he's like, yeah, we are. And then he brings up the fucking gun show loophole. And I'm like,
there is no gun show loophole.
That's what I said. I told him, I said, there is no gun show loophole. I said, every person who pays to have a table at that gun show has to have you fill out a 4473 to buy a fucking weapon from them. Yeah. I said, maybe in your state you don't have universal background checks like we do in my state, which I do think is bullshit. But I'm like, maybe in your state you are allowed to talk to that guy who's roaming the same aisle as you are and has an AR-15 strapped to his shoulder that says for sale for set amount, and you're allowed to buy that from him with zero fucking paperwork, cross pass. But I'm like, that is not the fucking gun show loophole. And he's like, so you're telling me that there's not crooked people who are at these gun shows who are setting up tables who are able to do this and able to do that? And I'm like, yeah, nobody's gonna let somebody like that into their fucking gun show and
get it shut down permanently
and put at risk their gun show and then every other member of their gun show because they let one fucking crook in there. I'm just like, if you're talking about private party sales, that's a completely different thing. I'm just like, but here we don't have that anymore, so I really can't speak on it. You know what I mean?
If I can stop you just for a sec. First, I want to say you did a great job by not taking the bait right at the very beginning, because that's usually where most people go wrong, is they try to answer the question, which is why they should be able to have an AR-15, which is the wrong way to go. You redirected it from the start, so I'll give you an A++ right for there. And then as he started mentioning some of these myths and common misconceptions that are out there, you didn't attack, but you approached each one on a one-on-one basis as he brought them up. And I think you did a great job.
Well, see, that's what you have to do. You have to say, okay, what is your problem? What specifically is your problem?
After you step aside, after you step aside from the landmine, which is the why can't you have it? Why do you have whatever bait you're using? Sidestep question number one.
And the thing is, I mean, he's a gun guy. He's my best friend's dad that I grew up with since I was fucking knee high to a grasshopper. And he, even after we were finished with that conversation, he's like, "Can we get on to something else other than guns?" Because it just went into politics, right?
Right.
And he's just like, you know what, dude? I was really just pulling your leg. I was really just pulling your leg, trying to see how fired up I could get you, and I knew I could get you fired up with this. So that's pretty much why I went there. And it's just like, so I don't know if that's truly what he believes or if that's just him playing devil's advocate or trying to gauge where I'm at in my actual,
Well, that's kind of a shitty way to see how much of a rise I could get out of you. That's not a practical joke.
That's the people that I have in my life.
So, what do you think about abortions? I mean, it's like that kind of question.
Daniel, I'll put this very, very simple. That's Stanley, North Dakota for you. And Bob is 50 miles from Stanley, North Dakota.
Okay.
Does that?
Yeah.
Does that kind of squash it?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, but too Hottie, I think you went about it the right way. Like Dano said, you always have to pretty much sidestep that first question because you know that's not going to get you anywhere. That's the trap.
I didn't sidestep any of his questions.
His first question was why do you need these AR-15s? And then and the way that you molded it to questions that you actually can answer, and there's different ways of doing it, but the way that you did it, I thought was very good.
And here's the thing: it wasn't just an anti-gunner saying that why do you need an AR-15? It was a guy who owns guns, a guy who likes guns, a guy who shoots.
Right.
But for some reason, whatever, he just demonized the AR-15.
No, he was playing the FUD to try to get a rise out of me. Is what I get out of it.
Well, no,
but
what I'm talking about is the guy that I had to run in with.
Oh, okay. Well,
the guy that I ran into was
I'm talking about the one that I had mine with, and when he said that about turning in his and everybody else turning in theirs to save 350 kids' lives a year, I said no way. I said, why are we gonna fucking demonize 100 million fucking gun owners, or 300 million gun owners or 200 million gun owners or however many AR-15s are out there in however many separate gun owners' homes because of the few fucking crazy people. I said that's ridiculous. We would not do that in any other circumstance. We wouldn't.
Nope. Mm. But you know, it's just the way their mind works, man. And I'm not saying that going about it your way or the way that Dano was talking about is ever going to change anybody's mind. But it puts the seed in there, you know.
Yeah.
It gives them something to think about.
If somebody's just looking to kill time, then no minds will be changed. If somebody's just looking to fuck with you, then no minds will be changed. If it's an honest question, then maybe.
Yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, that's just one of those things. Hey, good night, Philo. You have a good one. What time is it? Holy shit, it's 3:18. No wonder.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to have to head out here myself. I got an early morning coming up.
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna shut this one down, folks. Before I do, I'm gonna go through the panel and let everybody say a few words if they got anything to plug. Howdy, you go first, buddy.
I don't have much to plug. Gunchannels.com. Check it out. It's up and running again, so it's running better on phones now. And if you haven't checked it out before, check it out now. Log in, it's free. See what's going on. Other than that, the only thing I do, I'm 2hottie206 on Instagram. Follow me. I'm creeping up on that 1,000 sub mark, and we'll see if I can put something together for that 1,000 sub mark when I get there in the next 6 months or whenever it happens.
How close are you to, Hottie?
Oh, I don't know. Without looking, last time I looked, I was eight something, but I'm just screwing around saying 6 months. So it'll be sooner than 6 months, but
no, not really.
Dano.
Yes, I just got back from the Tulsa Arms Show, also known as the Wanamaker Gun Show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And you can check me out on Instagram. It's just Dano GC for Gun Channels. So just Dano GC. I'm releasing once a day a different series of photographs that I've taken there, mostly of either old-timey guns or very rare, interesting guns that may not necessarily be old-timey. So it's a little mix and match of those two genres.
Cool deal. And he is also the producer of Tactical Tuesday, which is Ghost Tactical's channels. So take a look at that every week. It's a great program. Ghost is a great guy. Dano's a great guy. Can't go wrong there, folks. Hey, Gary, what you got?
Hey, not a whole lot other than I had the pleasure of meeting Dano this last week ago.
That's right.
Also. And I've got a little bit of content of my own. I'm getting a little bit out of it on Instagram. I've got some videos to put together. Hopefully everybody will enjoy. My channel is Gizzard Gary. Website is gizzardgary.com, and I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and about everywhere else you can imagine. I'm probably there. So thanks for having me.
I got a quick question before we go to the next guy. Gary, what was the most interesting thing that you saw at the gun show itself? And we can go to the next person and then come back to you if you haven't thought of it.
Well, somebody else asked me that today, and there was a nickel-plated Colt Python that was just beautiful that I saw right before I left on Saturday. That was just a wonderful looking gun. I'll put a picture of it out one of these days. But
yeah, it is amazing. I went up and saw every single table, yet somehow I didn't see that because it's that big. Sometimes you start getting numb looking at things.
Yeah, I know. And I probably walked past that very table 5 or 6 times, and I just happened to see it. It's, Wow. I asked the guy, I said, can I take a picture of this? He said, sure. And I said, can I interview you? And he said, why not? I said, okay.
There you go. Gary, that's the way you do it, buddy.
Yep.
That's the way you do it. Well, anyway, folks, I guess I'm the last one in here, so I guess that makes it my turn. Go ahead, Dennis.
Twice?
Do what?
Scott in here twice?
No, I only see Scott once.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I do a Patreon giveaway every month. I give away a goat gun. If you want in on that, it's the Outlaw Hatfield. If you don't know what a goat gun is, it is I think it's a 1/3 size model gun. It's made out of steel. It's very well constructed. And it is just that. It's a model. You get it home and you put it together yourself. It's a great product. I give one away every month. So if you want to get in on that, what you will want to do is go over to Patreon, sign up there, donate $1, donate $5. For every dollar you donate up to that $5 mark, you get an entry. And I will choose somebody from those entries every month to win one of these guns. That's all there is to that. I've got 2 shows every week. I've got my Monday night show, which comes on at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern every Monday. I've got one that comes on at 6 p.m. every Tuesday. I'd hope to see everyone there. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for the night. We went down a few rabbit holes, but not too bad. And come back and see us again next time. Maybe do it again tomorrow night. Who knows? Y'all have a good one.
You too.